Flash floods left multiple vehicles stranded on highways in Pennsylvania, USA, after 4 inches on 100 millimeters of rain fell on $09 September 2023. The worst affected areas were in Lackawanna County, where several motorists were rescued from vehicles stranded in floodwaters along Highway 11 in Clarks Summit during the evening of 09 September. Flooding also stranded vehicles in nearby South Abington Township and also in Scranton. Houses were also damaged by flooding. Authorities later reported a woman died from injuries sustained after she was swept away by floodwaters in Clarks Summit. The National Weather Service, NWS, at Binghamton, said the heavy rainfall led to widespread flash flooding across a swath of Lackawanna, Luzerne counties in Pennsylvania. Reports of water rescues continue to come in, especially in the area around Clarks Summit. Just off Jackson Street in Scranton, city workers stood knee-deep in water on Monday. 2 long orange hoses pumped the murky brown water out of the residential area and into a nearby Lindy Creek. Heavy rainfall on Saturday caused deadly flash flooding in areas of northeast Pennsylvania, including Scranton and the Abingtons. It flooded homes, collapsed a bridge, and shut down roads and schools. Residents and municipal officials continued to clean up Monday as state officials provided updates on the community's recovery from the storm. Pennsylvania Secretary of Transportation Mike Carroll said, "The people of northeastern PA are resilient and resourceful. I saw it firsthand yesterday as I witnessed the people with skid steers and brooms and physical labor," said Carroll, making sure that they did what they could to repair the damage that was quite significant. Carroll called the flooding from Saturday's storm catastrophic. According to the National Weather Service, rainfall rates were 2 to 4 inches an hour at times. The thunderstorms that developed over the higher terrain simply did not move very fast. That allowed torrential downpours to just sit over the same area for a long time, the Weather Service said. Because of the intensity of the storms now, that's a real challenge for the infrastructure, and not just bridges, but the entire infrastructure that PennDOT and the local governments have, said Carroll. Charts from NWS at Binghamton show between 2 and 4 inches of rain fell during the storm.
Paola Giangiacomo reported around 8:30 p.m. emergency vehicles and swift water rescue barreled through stopped traffic on I-81, north near Clarks Summit, Lackawanna County. Around 9 p.m. assignment manager Joey Dominic reported on Kaiser Avenue and Jackson Street there are multiple spots flooded out. Nina Limongelli also reported around 9 p.m. that the flooding on Northern Boulevard on South Abington was like a river. Limongelli notes fire trucks and firemen are seen trying to help people through and out of the flooded water. According to Limongelli, people are evacuating their cars, leaving them in water. As of 9:45 p.m. reporter Paola Giangiacomo tells us traffic has begun moving again. As stated by Giangiacomo, cars were stuck in flooded water on I-81 north due to flash flooding. The police are directing traffic and exit 194 has reopened, as noted by Giangiacomo. We are unaware at this time if there's an accident, flood waters, or both causing the stoppage. Rock slides and rushing waters blocking roads in Clarks Summit near Glen Oak County Club on State Street. Viewer photos in the Abingtons show people's properties covered in several inches of water. Lackawanna County officials declared a state of emergency on Sunday, a day after strong, long-lasting storms killed one woman, closed at least a dozen roads and damaged many properties. According to local media, the unidentified woman who died had been brought to Geisinger Community Medical Center around 9:30 p.m. Saturday. Coroner Tim Rowland hasn't offered other details. The aftermath of the hours-long storm left debris on roads throughout Clarks Summit, Dalton, Dickson City, Newton Township, Ransom Township, South Abington Township, and parts of Scranton as workers attempted to repair damaged areas. Both north and southbound lanes of State Route 11, a major artery from downtown Scranton to several local suburbs, was still closed Sunday night from Dickson City to South Abington. Matt Williams, who lives in North Abington and has a company in Dalton, said he hopes people are understanding as insurance and government agencies respond. This weekend was the worst flash flooding he has ever seen, he added. I think a lot of people were caught off guard, Williams said. We were having a quiet evening and it started raining, and it just kept going. Burkowski is worried the road in front of her house will collapse. She's also waiting on the township and insurance so she can begin to piece back her property. Meanwhile, she's watched her community come through. Neighbors and onlookers have stopped by to see what they can do to help out. One even helped move rocks from the area so they have a place to move their cars. Honestly, it means the world, Burkowski said. When you live in a small town, people tend to come together during times of need. We get busy in our daily lives and caught up in social media. Sometimes we don't see our neighbors for months, but during a crazy act of nature, we put the phones down and lend a hand. The flooding that hit Lackawanna County was intense and has carried over into Sunday morning. Several basements have flooded with reports of up to 5 feet of water in some. The county has now declared itself in a state of emergency to effectively utilize all available resources. Throughout the night and into the morning, first responders were called to rescue about half a dozen people according to the 911 call center. The number wasn't exact, but often the record heat and sunshine have been abruptly replaced by a weekend of storms, triggering a third day of severe weather threats in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast and an increasing threat of flooding near the Appalachians, and the rain will keep coming. A slow-moving front trudging to the east has tapped into abundant moisture